Hi, this is Mike with Raker Ag in Dyersville. Today we're going to talk about the 2021 Farm Bill. Each year we have small group meetings and we have our winter meeting where we give updates on the Farm Bill, and I'd like to do that today for you. Our county and PLC are the two main topics we'll talk about today. Our county uses a 226 5-year Olympic average. That means we take out the high and we take out the low, and we use those 3 years average, and that's also a trend adjusted average. 2020 does not go in there because we don't have all the county yields tabulated yet, so it's the 5 years before that. For a price point, we use a 5-year Olympic average on price as well. That 370 has a couple years that the price was below 370, but 370 is a plug. It's also the price for the PLC program, which is price loss coverage. So that 370 is an important number. So if we have the yield times the price gets us revenue for the county, and that's an expected revenue. 86% is the Ark County coverage. And so the trigger, or where it would start paying, is if we have less than $722 of county revenue is where this product would kick in and trigger a payment. I will go through Delaware, Dubuque, Jones, and Clayton counties for corn and soybeans. I'll focus on Delaware, and then I'll give you the other counties as well. So here's a illustration of county yield. Let's say we have 200 bushel county yield and we have a 370 price point. That would trigger a zero payment. That's how this chart works. What's in yellow has a max of 83.97. That's 10% of the county expected revenue. And so those numbers, even though they may be above 83, will lock out at 83. So our county is a product that if you think we may have low yields and average prices, you can see areas where they may pay out pretty well. If we have good yields and maybe low prices, it will probably not pay out very well. So I tell guys, if you think we're going to have low prices, go PLC. If you think we might have low yields, go Ark County. A lot of guys were in PLC last time, Ark County on beans, PLC on corn. If you're not sure what to do, I like to tell guys stay the same because whatever decision you made back then is probably similar. Prices are higher now, but the program works pretty much the same as it did a year ago when you had to make these decisions. So that's kind of my 2 cents is maybe stay where you're at, or if you see something on here where you think a certain scenario could happen, feel free to switch from Ark County to PLC. You have till March 15th to change that at FSA. So if we look at the bottom chart, 370 is the strike price for PLC. So any combination of yield with above 370, there will be no payments. Any combination of yield below 370, there will be a payment. That's a national average cash price. So think about September of this fall to the following September. We'll take a national average cash price, not futures, and that price will be compared to what the trigger is, and if it's less than 370, they'll issue payments. If it's more than 370, there won't be any payments. So PLC is a lot simpler to explain, a lot easier to understand. It's more of a fixed known variable where Ark County, the yield and the price both determine the payment, so you can make those decisions from there. So now we'll jump to Dubuque County corn. If you look at the bottom here, you can see what tab I'm on. This is Dubuque corn. And went through and made this chart. Has a little smaller trigger, you see, so these payments are all just a little bit smaller. Feel free to pause the video and you can look at that and compare those numbers if you're a Dubuque County guy. Clayton County is very similar. They have a smaller trigger yet, so as you can see, these payments are starting to get smaller over here, and PLC is obviously going to be the same. So again, this is Clayton, and Jones is going to be very similar as well. So once you understand the concepts, I just wanted to show you all the 4 counties that we deal mostly in. We've got a lot of insurance customers out there that are on all 4 of these counties. So I wanted to give you an option on the corn side of things, showing you all the different triggers. And I tell guys all the time, if I have to do the work for our farm, I might as well share it with you and give you a little bit of advice on that end of things. So that's the corn. Soybeans work very similar. We have a 65.4 bushel county yield, which is trend adjusted 5-year Olympic average for Delaware County soybeans. The price is $8.95. That's quite a bit better than the $8.40 PLC price, and that's one reason I do like our county on soybeans better than on corn. Gives you $585 of revenue, 86% coverage level, gives you a trigger of $503 in the Delaware County beans. So as you can see, an $8.40 PLC price is where the soybeans would kick in. I personally think that should have been, $8.80. You look at the $3.70 compared to $8.40. The corn-bean relationship, it favors corn more than beans in my personal opinion. So that's one of the reasons I don't like the PLC. If that was a $8.80 or a $9 price point, I'd maybe like that a little better. I think our county could have some chances of having some payments that the PLC would otherwise not. I'm really hoping on corn and beans, there are no payments. We have good yields, we have good prices, we don't need disaster programs. That's always the best answer. Same thing with crop insurance. You're always better off not having a payment as opposed to having a payment. But if we have a disaster and we end up with some 40 bushel county yields and they can give you a $58, it's going to max out there. If you can get a $58 payment with a disaster of 40 bushel county beans, it's a good thing to have. So again, this is Delaware soybeans. Dubuque soybeans use very similar numbers. 57 is the max in these yellows. As you can see, not a lot changed. Same $8.40 price point. Here's the difference there. And again, feel free to pause the video and look at the numbers if you want to compare. Clayton, similar story. And finally, Jones is right here. So again, very similar story on the beans as the corn with the county revenue versus the PLC strike prices. But again, I do like the price point of the corn, $3.70 for PLC versus our county. I do like the our county for the soybeans, in my personal opinion. Again, we don't know. I had a farmer tell me if I had my crystal ball, I would tell you exactly what yield and price were going to be, and you could probably tell me right what product to pick. And I said, you betcha I could. So to sum up for you, I mentioned March 15th is the deadline to elect PLC or our county. March 15th is also the deadline to enroll. So even if you're going to use the same product you had last time with FSA, you still need to enroll. They'll have a few forms for you to sign. So don't be afraid to get in there before March 15th. I know they're trying to get things done. I'm filming this in February, so they don't have a lot of time left, but those are important deadlines at FSA. March 15th is also a deadline for crop insurance. We can set prices on March 1st, so we'll know exact prices. We can give you a good quote on that. I think prices are going to be higher. We're going to have better guarantees than most years, so it may be a year to maximize your coverage and really cover yourself with these higher prices. We get higher guarantees. So you can obviously call me. I have my cell number on the screen there, 319-480-7201 for any crop insurance needs, or if you have any questions about this. We also have other videos at rakerag.com. So we have a beginning farmer, basics of crop insurance. I plan to do a few more, but should be a very good resource there under the What's New tab. You can see kind of some new videos. You can also email me any questions you have, raker.mike@gmail.com. Thank you.